When considering dehydrating, there's a lot of things that you need to know. Let's talk about some of the healthy benefits for you. First of all, nutrition is always something to consider. Did you know that fruits like cranberries, grapes, and plums contain twice the amount of antioxidants dehydrated as they do in the fresh version? Something to note. Also, the variety of things you can dehydrate is quite a long list. You could do dried fruit snacks or chips from apples, bananas, oranges, pears, fruit, prunes, or lemon. You can make veggie chips from zucchini, kale, carrots, green beans, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes, there's one of my favorite ones there. You can make jerky from beef, salmon, chicken, or lamb. You can make fruit leathers, always a popular choice for children going to school. You can make those from pureed dried fruits, basically like the fruit version of beef jerky. You can make sun-dried or dehydrated tomatoes. You can make granola and crispy nuts and seeds. You can do raw crackers or breads. You can make full meals that can be rehydrated later. You can do dried herbs and flowers, and you can do so much more. You can go ahead and explore all these. There's lots of recipes online that you can find. The second benefit is no preservative or chemicals. You can also save yourself a lot of money, and that's a good third reason. A fourth good reason is easy storage and preservation. You can reuse canning jars, and any tight-fitting lid with a bit of a rubber seal on it works as well. A fifth good reason is to make an assortment of good homemade goods. You can mix and match all kinds of nuts and fruits and dried fruit, and wow, there you go. Dried herbs, herbal teas, potpourri of dried flowers. You can even make fire starters, and something we use a lot of is dog treats. A sixth good reason is that dried fruits or dried anything that you dehydrate is very portable. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It doesn't take up a lot of space for storage either. Number 7, for those of you that are focused on plant-based diets, they're perfect for that. Number 8, it reduces waste. And number 9, it prepares you for emergencies. When the power goes out, you'll have all kinds of things that you can just simply rehydrate, or something that you can just use wholeheartedly. Other benefits is that you'll finally be able to buy in bulk without worrying about spoilage. Dehydrate a lot of it. Another good reason is it'll save you time, energy, and money. A lot of people carry a grocery list but still end up getting additional items such as chips and candy bars and drinks. No more impulse buying. Another good reason is you'll have a chance to prepare special meals at a lower cost. You'll also save time preserving food compared to canning. You'll also get to free up some space. And you'll finally have full control over the food that you eat. You'll manage to eat less and still be energized. And you'll have a great supply of those antioxidants. So what are some of the ways that you can dehydrate? Well, one of the most ancient methods is by sun drying. Now, you've got to understand that sun drying takes a long time, especially in some of our climates here in Canada. You're going to need a very sunny area with low humidity with a minimum temperature of 86 degrees Fahrenheit or 30 degrees Celsius. You can use the air drying method. Also, this method does take a lot of time as well. It's a simple method. It doesn't require any special equipment. You can use this especially for things like hanging branches of mint. Solar drying is something that's also becoming more popular. You can go online and find out how you can build very inexpensive solar dryers by materials you may just have around the house and some tin foil. But really the easiest way and the most convenient is to use an electric dehydrator. These work fairly quickly and they do a really good job. But the one I would recommend is the one that I have in this photo here. I'll have a link for it in the description.
Two things to highlight about the dehydrator and what we use it for. Varied reasons throughout the year, but in the summertime and throughout the fall when we harvest a lot of our produce, one of the main things that we do is we grow a lot of peppers. We make a lot of our pasta sauces and that, but we always have extra peppers. So here's an example. We slice up some green pepper and we dehydrate peppers. Now I like hot stuff, a lot of hot peppers. So here's an assortment of banana peppers, jalapeno peppers, and another assortment of different peppers, and these keep really well. Again, they don't have to be mason jars. We recycle some of these larger jars as long as there's a bit of a rubber seal inside here. Make sure that these jars are sterilized and you're good to go. Keep them in a cool, dark place, which we do, the closet upstairs. So a variety of different peppers. Gotta admit they look kind of nice too, the different colors in that. Sometimes we go to a farmer's market. We get them on, in a bulk bag as well, and so we pick up quite a few as well too. There's just another bunch of peppers too. This may surprise you, but sometimes we get large bags of potatoes. We shred them and we dehydrate them. This is a few hours worth, and we put them in bags and stick them in the pantry and simply rehydrate these, fry them with some eggs and some bacon, and voila. And again, these potatoes will last a very long time. They're hard and crunchy now, but yeah, so potatoes, when potatoes go on sale, they're a crazy price now, but there's another thing you can dehydrate. Leeks. I love leeks and onions. So again, whenever these go on sale, now we do grow some here, but whenever they go on sale, I pick up a whole bunch, simply slice them up, throw them in the dehydrator for a few hours, and there you go. Leeks, more leeks, leek and potato soups. Here's another type of red peppers. And again, when we open up a jar, sometimes we'll put some in the bags and just, again, throw these in some soups or whatever. Right now, as you saw, I'm doing some of these sweet potatoes. And the ones for the dogs, we don't spice them up with any kind of spices. Again, I said I kind of like my things a little bit spicy. And this is what they look like when they're done. Now the ones that I showed you that are really big ones, they will shrink. And, they do shrink some, but I can almost eat a whole jar of this myself. It's a healthy snack, but honestly, at lunchtime sometimes I don't want to have a full meal. I'll eat like 5 or 8 or even 10 of these, and that's it. It kind of kills my appetite. And it is a healthy snack, no doubt about it. It's a very yummy snack, you know what I mean? The other thing I like to do too is, health-wise, is make some teas, especially throughout the wintertime, to stay healthy. So I like to go around to some large rose bushes when the flowers are done, and in the fall when the rose hips come out. Now, I found some different types of rose bushes around that have a really different type of rose hip, and they have an odd shape to them, kind of like I don't know what it's called, it's kind of like an odd shape, but anyhow, I managed to get big buckets of those last year and the year before. So I dry my rose hips, and I literally have jars and jars of these different color ones. And what I do is I've got a little coffee grinder specifically just for this, and I've got my coffee, my tea thing here full of chaga all the time, and I drink 1 or 2 cups of chaga every day. But I dry my chaga in here as well too. Whenever I go and harvest my chaga in the woods, I always dry it for a few hours just to make sure it's dry before I put it away so it doesn't mold. But my rose hips, but also we grow a lot of mint here, and mint is invasive. So if you grow mint somewhere, make sure that you put it in a place where you don't mind it spreading, okay? So different kinds of mint. I own property up on a mountain, and so what I do is I go and harvest this mint. It just grows in the riverbed, so I harvest that. I've got spearmint, peppermint, and then just I've got some chocolate mint as well, and a couple of other mints. But I keep it in jars once it's dry, dehydrated. And what I do for my teas is once I put this through the little coffee grinder, you have to grind these really to get the benefit of the rose hips, is I've got these little balls that you put loose tea in, and then just make a cup of tea or two in the wintertime, and it's really high in antioxidants and really good for you. And I also dry Queen Anne's lace and mix that in as well. Sometimes I've got another one of these coffee pots, and sometimes I'll make a full pot of this tea. I'll make my own concoction, but again, it's nice to have your dehydrator where you can dry your own ingredients and you know what's going into it, and it's fresh. I mean, it's dehydrated, but it's fresh. You picked it yourself, you dried it yourself, you store it yourself, you make it yourself. And on a cold winter's day, maybe when it's storming out, I can take it to my shop. I've got a little wood stove in there. I can put the pot on there, warm it up, work on my projects, and away you go. So those are some of the benefits that you have of having your own dehydrator. We've done apples, we've done pineapple, we've done bananas, any type of fruit. Fruit tends to be a little more leathery and that, but you eat it within a couple of months. And with the price of stuff, food and vegetables going up so much these days, get it when you can, even get it on sale, throw it in the dehydrator, and you've got some nice healthy snacks to